So let's check out Anissa's shop here. Anissa, and she's got Holani Studio. So you need to know how to fix the titles. Let's check out your titles and let's see what we can do here. So you have abstract art. Abstract art, I think, is what we're talking about. So I see what you're saying here with your titles. Your titles are definitely a little they're abstract, which is, kind of the point. But let's check this one out here. So single rows, digital download, print, abstract, line, neutral, print. So single rows. Now, what I would recommend, now I would say your keywords aren't bad, because the abstract art space is a monstrous space. Abstract, if I'm going to spell it right, abstract art. 1.6 million results, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of results there. So let's try single, let's just try Rose abstract art download. Okay, let's see what that gets us. So that comes up with 4,000 results and 4,051. So that's a pretty good keyword there. So what I would recommend for a lot of your listings here, just condense them a little bit more. That first title, the first keyword. So this one right here, I would redo it like this. You want to make it specific, but not too specific. Okay. So for a list, a keyword like this, you want to go, I would go Rose, abstract art, digital, or you could even just say download, because download means digital. And then you could even do Rose art, Rose paint. Abstract is a better one for this one because it is more than just a regular painted rose. You do Rose abstract digital, and then you can hit both of those keywords, but not make it too long. So we've got, this one had 4,000 results. Let's try Rose abstract digital. It's 10,000 results. So it's actually pretty good when you break it up a little bit. Digital download, let's try that. Brings up 4,000. So that would be a good way to redo your keywords there, is just to make them a little bit shorter. You want to bring your main words, download and digital, a little bit closer, because that's what your item is. It's a digital download. And then let's look at this one. So some of these rose drops, something like this, rose drops. I don't know if people are searching rose drops. So here's what you want to do. Every time you put in some keywords into your listing title, you just go onto Etsy and just test it out real quick first. So this I don't like. I don't like this dash here, or this bar here. Tell us about the use of the vertical line, please. Better than a period or comma. Belinda, it really doesn't matter whether you use a comma, a dash. In fact, you don't even have to use anything at all. Personally, I like to use some sort of separator because it makes it easier for me to read it. But it's all the same. It doesn't matter if it's a dash, it's a comma, it's a vertical line, or anything like that. Now, going back to the shop, this keyword right here, you've got rose drops by itself doesn't mean anything. It has to have what it is. It has to have rose drops painting, rose drops digital download, rose drops print, or something like that, in order for it to make sense, because rose drops by itself doesn't mean anything. So for that reason, you don't need to break these two keywords into two. It should just be one keyword. So if we search this all together in Etsy, rose drops, digital download, print, 5 results. Now, if we just look up rose drops alone, brings us up 14,000, but it's a lot of kind of all over the place sort of stuff. So for this one, you could, and Rebecca has a good keyword suggestion, watercolor, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. So with this one, you could just do rose drops digital print. Let's check that one out. That's 59 results. Now, if we do watercolor drops digital print, 129, and we can just do rose drop or watercolor drops digital. That's 300. Let's try watercolor drops art download. Only 118, not that great. Watercolor art download, 179. So now it's kind of too big again with so many. So maybe now we can kind of go into what are some of the colors on this item here. We've got all these different sizes, a lot of details here. You could try pink, gold, but watercolor art download, watercolor digital download. That's another option. $195,000. We could do watercolor abstract download. There we go, 28,000. That's a pretty strong one right there. And you see a lot of these items here are looking kind of similar to yours. So that's how you know you've kind of landed on the right descriptive keyword right there. So I gave them unique names rather than keywords. Lesson rent. Yeah, so that's the main thing. You don't want to name it something that's I know if you're in a studio and everyone was walking around your studio looking at the names, it would make sense, right? And they could say, oh, this is the lady under the hat. Oh, this is a night shimmers. But on Etsy, you've got to use keywords that people are searching for. So for that one, you see we kind of narrowed it down. Watercolor abstract download, 28,000 results. Watercolor abstract art, let's try that. 27,000. That's even more specific, and still pretty good. So that would be a better keyword for that one. But again, you can just see that's how you find a good keyword. You just keep typing it in, looking at what the results pull up, and eventually you'll come to the right keyword that's going to work well for your product there. So that'd be kind of how I would suggest it. Your pictures are great. Your shop is really pretty. Lots of great looking items, but your keywords are definitely going to be the area you're going to want to work on. Now, with that being said, if you do have listings in here already that are doing well, making sales, I wouldn't mess with them too much. I see you've got a couple here. Looks like you're selling these masks quite a bit. So if you have products that are selling a lot, don't mess with them. Just make a copy of them and then make changes to the new listing. But when you go in here and change these keywords, you could go ahead and renew the listing to kind of bump it up, give it a refresher. So like looking at this one right here, this one, January 25th. So you could go in here, change the keywords on this listing, renew it, and then boom, you'll give it a nice little boost and you'll kind of refresh it.